x minus 12 and x minus 4. And so it's 4 or 12.
Which means x is either 12 or 4. Which basically means the two segments there are 12 and 4.
That's hard.
Okay, one's 12, one's 4.
I guess we're about to do 15, but for 15, I got x plus 6, and then x plus 6 equals 0, but the answer was positive 6. So I don't know what I did wrong, but I guess I'll see what happens.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Because this is a lot of algebra too. Factoring, you're taking, did you ever do FOIL?
Yeah, you
No,
did
but
have an A.
y'all taught me.
Okay, well you're gonna have to get some help on the side on that. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, now let's do number 15.
That's cool.
Okay, read to me what we're given on number 15.
AB equals 12,
Okay, so the whole thing is 12.
CP equals 9, DP equals 4, and we're looking for BP.
Okay, so we're looking for this. So what are we going to call this?
Minus
12 minus x. And we're going to do the same thing. This time we have 9 times 4 is equal to x times 12 minus x. Bringing everything to the left-hand side, excuse me, that's going to be minus 12x.
That's what I did. That's where I saw it.
Plus 36 equals 0. Factoring my trinomial. 6 times 6 gives me 36. Negative 6 plus negative 6 gives me negative 12. Which means x is 6. I don't have to write 6 twice. It's just 6.
Yeah, I carried it wrong.
X
Sorry.
is 6 and 6.
But I knew it was 6 anyway because I was like, it has to be 6.
Right, you just had a sign wrong.
You got all those ones? They're not from me.
No.
Girl.
Okay, numbers 17 and 19. Okay, these are the things we're given. Again, we're talking about line segments. So now we're going to be doing outside times whole equals outside times whole. So we just need to see what we know. Okay, number 17 said PT is 6, PB is 3, and we were looking for AB. So PCD, that line is not even necessary. Okay, it's only the first 2 lines that are necessary. It's a tangent and a secant. What's the setup?
6.
Excellent, Nick.
Where did you get the
Excellent. The tangent multiplied by itself. 6 times 6 is 36. Then the outside section here, which would be PB, times the whole thing. All right, so we have 36 is equal to 3x plus 9. We subtract 9 from both sides. 3x is equal to 27. So x was equal to 9.
So we only do we only have to factor whatever the lines are inside?
No. Well, you have to factor if you get up with the x
Oh
squared.
yeah, never mind. 19 I factor.
It depends
Okay.
on what you're given.
I know what. I actually
Like if you have an x and an x plus something else, then you're gonna have to factor.
I know I do these and it was odds. So we didn't even get grade. I'm so sad.
Okay, and then for number 19, PD is equal to 5, CD is equal to 7, and AB is 11. I already forgot what I said. PD is 5. I have this in the wrong spot. This should be C, this should be. This is 7, and the question was, what is PB? Okay, so now my tangent is unnecessary. How do we set it up?
5
X
times 12
times 7
Times 12.
equals
is X
so
plus
7.
12.
Yeah. Okay.
Half of X squared 6
Equals X squared plus X.
11. Set it to 0.
So 0 equals X squared
plus 11
minus 60 and then you factor it out
Parentheses.
negative, and it's x minus 4 and x plus 5 equals 0. So it's 4. 15, 4. Yeah, sorry about that.
15 times 4 gives me 60. 15 minus 4 gives me 11.
The answer's 4.
So my answer is either negative, which it's a length, so it can't be negative, or 4.
We're gonna have to remember that.
Yes. So x is equal to 4.
So our answers will never be negative on this test. Ever.
You should not get a negative answer.
And if you do,
Ever in
kick it
geometry?
out.
Right.
Is it ever in geometry or just?
Well, no, right, because in geometry we're looking for actual measurements. And measurements will not be negative. All right.
21 was just not pointless, but I just.
21, it was, if you look at the, okay, here was the center of a circle. And here was the edge of the circle. And this was a tangent line. D was a tangent line. What do we know about a tangent drawn to the point at the end of the radius?
It's perpendicular.
So we have a right triangle,
Right.
okay? Now, here's where our circle cut through. If the distance from the center to this edge was r, what's the distance from the center to this edge? R. And so we could call this whole length
R plus 8.
r plus h. So the question was, how can you say that r plus h squared is equal to r squared plus d squared?
Oh, it's Pythagorean?
Through the Pythagorean theorem.
I don't like that.
That's how we could say it. Okay? Then they wanted us to get our equation and manipulate it and solve for d squared. Okay? So the first thing we had to do was to do FOIL with this r plus h, which would be r times r. It would be h times r plus another h times r, and then h times h.
H squared.
And my picture's all getting
Will this be on the test?
crowded. No, but we do need to understand how it works. All right, now if we're trying to solve for d squared, we want to isolate d squared. So I need to get rid of r squared. How do I do that?
Subtract.
I subtract r squared from both sides. Well, it goes away both times.
Or not.
Or not.
Forgot to put square
I'm opening something.
Oh wait, there you go.
I'm opening Firefox.
Good. It was good in Carco.
I don't want to open Firefox.
Oh.
Okay. So I have 2hr plus h squared equals d squared. But they wanted me to take this down one more step to this.
Oh, you factor out each.
Factored out an h.
It's all algebra.
Okay, so yes, it was all algebra. And then it said, what theorem are you proving? And it's the last theorem that we learned, where the secant segment and a tangent segment drawn to a circle, yada, yada, yada. All right, that whole,
Oh, gee.
it's the outside portion
Versus-
multiplied by the whole thing is equal to the tangent multiplied by itself. Yes.
On the homework last night for the proof, the little proof thing, I didn't want to just write the theorem down, so I wrote the one theorem, and it took up 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 lines.
Wow.
Well, it wasn't a whole line.
Okay, now let's look at this next one. We have a bridge with it that looks like a circular arc, they said. So I drew the whole circle. Okay, the water is where the bridge would be. Okay, here is the foot of the bridge. Here's the other foot of the bridge. It said that the span of the bridge, which means the farthest distance apart, was 24 meters. Okay,
Okay, so that's
let's just remember that. So basically, we have a chord in a circle that was 24 meters. Then it also said that the midpoint of the arc, the midpoint of the arc is going to be the highest point of that arc, right? Was 4 meters higher than its endpoints.